What an absolute precious show. Slow Loop is a series that I came into expecting it to be just a cute girls doing cute things. We're going to do some fishing, lots of smiles, lots of fun. And instead, I got the feels. I got the feels. I was not expecting that. Now, granted, based on the synopsis that we had of the series, I had an expectation there, but I didn't know it was going to go as hard as it did. And I am absolutely thrilled by this series. I think this is going to be a very emotional show along with the cutesiness, but that's my thoughts on the first two episodes of Slow Loop, so let's jump into it. Slow Loop opens up with a girl named Hiori, and Hiori is out fishing. She's doing some fly fishing. It kind of notes the fact that her father had taught her how to do this, even though it's seemingly more difficult way to fish. It's the only way that her father taught her, so she's doing it that way. And it kind of notes the fact that 3 years prior, her father had passed away due to a popular disease. It seemed pretty dark to say it that way, but a very unfortunate thing. Talks about the fact that she's not really good around people because she always, hid behind her father, even though, again, that was technically 3 years prior, so apparently nothing's changed since then. But at some point, some random girl named Koharu shows up, and she just is super excited about seeing the ocean, so she just rips off her clothes and goes to jump into the water, but Hiori stops her, and then we have this little conversation between the two of them as Koharu wants to learn about fly fishing that Hiyori's doing, and they pretty much hit it off. They have a lot of fun. They do some fishing. She teaches her a little bit. They do some, she cuts up the fish. They eat it. A little fun little moment between the two of them until eventually Hiyori's like, look, I gotta go. I have some new family members to meet. I have a new father and I have a new sister, so I'm gonna have to go meet them. And then Koharu's like, wow, that's weird. I have the same thing I have to do. I have a new sister and a new mother to meet. So, wow, yeah, what coincidence. It happens to be the same family. They're apparently sisters, so big shock there. But then, kind of following this whole thing is you're getting this little experience of the two of them becoming not just sisters, but actually friends. At the same time, you're having the two of them dealing with the fact that they now have new parents. Additionally, you have them going to a new school, or at least a new year of school, new class assignments. Additionally, you have Hiori introduces Koharu to her friend Koi, and Koi is a girl that her father owns this fishing shop, even though the father is never there. And additionally, just kind of getting a little bit into Hiori and her loss of her father and how she's kind of had her life kind of changed ever since then. But yeah, like I said before, I'm absolutely loving the show, loving it to death. Like I said, coming into it fully expecting it was going to be cute girls doing fun things. Obviously they're going to do fishing. They're going to have a lot of fun. The character designs are really cute. This is going to be a lot of fun. But like I said, the thing that's underlying underneath it is the stuff that I really wasn't expecting, the more slice of life elements, and really hitting on Hiori and her loss. And additionally, I'm assuming at some point getting into Koharu and her loss. It seems like both of these girls have sort of been kind of thrown a really bad wrench in their life, and they're trying to recover in some way from that. While for some people might be something they've dealt with as well, these are things that have really stumped their enjoyment of life. And now with them together, realizing that they've all kind of lost something, they're able to come together and kind of experience new things going forward. It seems like everything that Hiori has experienced, everything in her life that she has, that she treasures, was centered around her father. Going to this really great place, this lighthouse with her father. The fact that she always went to this one door and opened it up in their house, and her father was there working at his desk, and now it's Koharu's room. How does she feel about that? Having this new father in her life, it obviously seems like Hiori is a little bit uncomfortable around this new father that's now in her life. It's not as if she seemingly hates him. It's just that she doesn't, there seems to be a conflict there. There seems to be some sort of confusion that she's facing. She doesn't really know how to respond to him, even though, you see that this guy looks like a really cool guy. And I really am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing, I don't think that Issei is just going to stand by and do nothing. I think there's going to be a point in which he'll finally come in there and say, look, you need a father figure and I'm here for you. Whenever you need me, I'll be here for you. And I think that's really kind of where they're pushing it towards, because he's being really respectful of her. He's giving her that distance, but at the same time, he's not trying to push himself on her as, well, I'm your new dad. It's time to get over your old dad. They're being really, really respectful of that. And even with Koharu, she's very upset, like, is it okay for me to be in your father's room? This was his room. Additionally, I was really surprised at what they're doing with Koi. I got a huge kick out of Koi and her father. Absolute treat. They basically coming to this fishing shop, and here's Koi in there working alone, and she's really upset. Like, I have this new year of school, and my father knew that, but yet he's off fishing somewhere. He's a fishing fanatic. And so she even mentioned the idea that when she was being born, her father was out fishing. And of course, Koharu has to point out the fact that her name is Koi, and she's like, no, it means love. It doesn't mean fish. But no, it was actually the father that wanted to name her Koi after a fish, but her mother changed it to where it was love. Just like, this guy is a mess. And yeah, having this whole moment where the father's picking them up to go fishing, and Issei comes up and is talking like, man, you guys are leaving early, aren't you? Yeah, this about fish. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Koi just grabs him by the cheek and says, stop. Absolute joy. But no, additionally, with Koi really giving us a perspective of somebody that watched Hiori go through this whole loss. And she's obviously upset the idea that Koharu was able to come into Hiyori's life and bring a joy into it. And she regrets the fact that when she seen Hiori was, in the state of loss, she never did anything. She didn't think that consoling her would help. Like, there's nothing that I could have said to Hiori would have fixed the situation, so I didn't bother. But now here you are, you were doing exactly what I should have done. And so you have a little bit of regret from Koi, even though it obviously seems like Hiori is not angry at Koi. Koi feels like she didn't help her when she should have. And so she has that regret. And she never wanted to get into fishing because she hates her father. But here Hiori is fishing, and she could have done that with her. So it has a moment of her saying, I basically have been left behind, and I kind of want to get involved with this. I kind of want to be there with Hiori once again. It was really cute. It's almost like because Koharu is here, it's re-sparking that friendship in Koi. Like, pushing her to step forward. Like, I could do more. I could be with Hiori. I can have fun with her. And I thought, again, that was extremely cute. Absolutely adorable. These are the feels that I really wasn't expecting, and I'm getting them. And obviously, it reigns personal for me, obviously, because I have not even 2 years ago lost my father. So there is a little bit of that with Hiori. I feel that same way that she does, as it shows these shots of her looking into this room, and here's where my father was always at, and now he's not there. Like, there's that emptiness. There's that, you keep recalling those things that you would think about your father, and then they're not there no more. And so there's that sense of emptiness that you can never really replace. And that's why I kind of respect with Issei, the new father. It's not as if he's trying to fill in that gap. With Koharu, she's not trying to fill in that gap, but they're kind of there. And that's kind of what I respect about it. My father never taught me fishing, but he taught me a lot of other things. Things like cars and stuff like that. That was kind of the thing that he taught me, building things and fixing things. And so every time I think about doing those kind of things, I think about him. And it's something that you'll never... I think that's the one thing that's really nice, is never forgetting about somebody, because you always have that one thing. And with Hiori, it is fishing. It is the thing that, and it kind of broke my heart with her talking with Koharu and talking about, I'm gonna research other ways of fishing, like bait fishing and stuff, because obviously fly fishing is a little more difficult, and so that we can go out there and do it together. And it's like, well, but that's always going to be the thing that ties you to your family. So it's important to never forget that. But aside from all the slice of life and the drama heavy stuff, it is a lot of fun, a lot of really funny moments in this show. I think they're doing a really good job of kind of balancing back and forth with kind of these insecurities of Hiori, and then having these little punchlines. Typically the punchlines are around Koharu. She really does seem like she's the ditzy, cutesy character to kind of throw in there to, brighten up the mood every now and then. And I think they're doing a really good job of that, because she's not loud and annoying, which I think they could have easily gotten her into that realm because of how quiet Hiori is, without quiet Koi is. They could have easily had Koharu come in and be extremely loud, but she's not. And they got just like a goofiness about her that I think is just pulling off these comedy beats. Like, you have Hiori's talking about fly fishing, and out of nowhere, Koharu's like, is that garbage? And it's like, no, it's the fly. You can't, it's not that. Oh my gosh, we gotta buy. Oh, is it eating the garbage? No, it's not eating the garbage. It's really, really cute, well-timed and well-paced comedy that's kind of sprinkled throughout there, and I'm loving every single bit of it. Again, this show has been an absolute treat. I am so happy that this series is doing as well as it did. And I think with how well it's balancing the comedy, the cutesiness, and the real, drama beats, I think it's going to be an incredible series that I'm absolutely excited for. So I hopefully it doesn't make me cry too much. Because it's already, with the first 2 episodes, got a few points in there that are extremely emotional for me. But again, it's because I have a personal kind of connection there. Obviously, a similarity in losing somebody in my family. But I think it's doing it so well. It's balancing it so well. It's not too heavy, but it's just enough to really get those powerful emotional points. And I cannot wait for more. So I'm going to stop. As my thoughts on Slow Loop, the first 2 episodes, I definitely recommend this series. It's a treasure, and I think it's going to be a treasure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, comment. Let me know what you thought of the episodes. If you're going to be checking out the series, subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video if you can. Support us on Patreon. I'll throw a tips link in the description below. Definitely appreciate everybody that does, and y'all take care.